All right, what's up, y'all? Motor Talk with Chris, man. I'm back with the video to share some information about what's going on with the Ford Motor Company. Now, everybody knows, if you've been looking for a car for the past couple of years, there has been a thing called dealer's markup. And dealer's markup is a bunch of phantom fees, a bunch of phantom dealership cost that is really making the prices of cars go through the roof. We have to thank Ford for being one of the first, or the only, should I say, the only automaker that is fed up with this. Ford, if you look back at the history of Ford, Ford has always been, in my opinion now, Ford has always been the automotive brand for the people, all right? Ford was the only company back in 2007, 2008, I believe it was, that did not need a buyout. They had their books on the up. But now, since the COVID and since everything is taking a plummet, quality is going down. I wouldn't say quality is going down. What I'm saying is the availability, excuse me, of automobiles is going through the tank. Dealers are taking an advantage of this. Well, the CEO of Ford is jumping on this. The Ford Motor Company don't like their dealers to do this. Now, of course, if you don't know how a franchise works, a Ford dealership is franchised under the Ford brand. This is why they can sell their product. But a dealer then turns around and say, you know what? Ford's got nothing to do with this. I'm going to throw some markups. John just clinked the car. We're going to put $2,000. I'm exaggerating, of course. We're going to put $2,000 for detailing fees. We kept the car out of the sun. The dashboard is leather. I'm exaggerating again, of course. We're going to go ahead and charge $2,000 for vehicle storage to maintain its lustrous quality, overall quality. So I want you guys to listen to this, what's going on at Ford. Listen.
This is the single biggest opportunity to change, to win.
The Ford Motor Company have been in operation for over a century and have always sold through a dealership model. But it's clear the Ford CEO doesn't believe in this model, as he's putting pressure on dealerships to join his new model or leave the network.
Wow.
In just 6 weeks, Ford dealers will be forced to decide if they want to be a part of Ford's future. Join us today as we dive into what Jim Farley has just put in motion and what this means for dealers and Ford customers. To improve the buying experience of its EVs, Ford has revealed something that they are calling a certification. If a dealer has the certification, they will be approved to sell Ford EVs. If they don't have the certification, then they'll have to stick with selling internal combustion engine vehicles. The problem is, the certification will cost $1.2 million, and Ford dealers have a deadline of the end of October to confirm they want to participate. Along with the investment, dealers will need to abide by 5 standards that protect the Ford brand and customers. Before we get into the details of these standards, it's important to understand why they've done this.
Listen.
Dealers in general, but especially Ford dealers, have been receiving intense negative feedback recently due to price gouging. During the last few years, when inventory has been low but demand for new cars has been high, they've abused their...
Now, this is the single biggest...
Now, you can only imagine and be grateful to the Ford brand. I thank the Ford brand for that. Pretty much what they're saying is, Ford is not just building the product and saying, once it leaves the factory, we don't care which dealer it goes to. We don't care about price gouging. Ford is clearly saying, no, we're going to get ahead of this situation. And I'm glad. What do you think? Leave your comments below. Later, y'all.